Hey everybody, finalKenpachi here. Welcome to another Rachel Legends Fusion reveal video, guys. Today I will show you upcoming fusion Lysanthir Beastbane. Lysanthir Beastbane fusion starting on the March 7. It's going to be hybrid mixed fusion basically, guys. He's from the High Elf faction, legendary champion, spirit affinity, and the defense type. So as you guys can see, his visual actually looking pretty cool. I really like it. But obviously the most important thing about the champion, they are skill kit. Now let me show you guys his skill looks like. His A1 skill attack one enemy twice. The first hit has 75% chance to place a hex debuff on the target by 2 turns. Then place a increased critical damage buff on this champion by 2 turns. After you book, guys, the chance is going to be 100%. So A1 skill going to place a hex debuff single target, guys. At the same time, it's gonna get increased critical damage buff. If you are gonna talk about the Hydra wise, hex debuff kinda needed for the Hydra only. Increased critical damage going to make him the mischief targeting, so keep that on your mind. A2 skill, attack one enemy twice, has 20% chance to repeating the attack. Okay, when this champion counter-attacking or the team up with the allies to attack an enemy, will use this skill instead as their default skill. The damage inflicted with this skill increased by the 10% each time an ally is the devoured. Stack up the 50%. This skill going to be 3 turn cooldown, guys, after you book. So here's the thing. If you have a ally attack champion on your team, or if he's going to be counter attack, instead of using his default skill, guys, which is the hex debuff, he's going to use the A2 skill instead. A2 skill doesn't have any single debuff, but A2 skill going to be have an increased damage if the Hydra eat your champion. So if you're trying to save that champion being eaten, then it's going to deal 10% more damage each time an ally is the devour, which is the stick up to 50. So during the fight, it's going to be 50% more damage. Attack twice, at the same time 20% chance to repeat the attack. Depends on his multiplier, guys. Could be hit hard, but keep that on your mind. This champion is the defense type, so you guys need an increased defense buff if you are going to build him a DPS champion for your Hydra team. There's some alternative, of course. You can use champion like Padrate or the Mitrella. The one is coming to my mind at the moment. A3 skill, attack all enemy twice. Attack all enemy twice, guys. Okay, AoE twice. Each hit has 75% chance to place in 30% decrease speed debuff and 25% weaken debuff by 2 turns. If the target under hex debuff, place this debuff before attacking. This skill going to be have 100% chance after you book and the 3 turn cooldown after you book, guys. So basically, if the targets are under hex debuff, which is his A1 skill casting it, then this skill, debuff not gonna be weak attack. They can also bypass the poison cloud, guys. Why? Because it's going to be, he's gonna be place time before the attacking. Okay, so that's the thing. So right now we have a decrease speed debuff, weaken debuff. Special decrease speed is the most neat debuff for the Hydra wise. Weaken, we take it, lots of champion have a weaken debuff on these days, but depends your comp, depends the available champion you have. Could be nice. Also have a hex debuff. Hex debuff can come from different places as well. Like worst case scenario, you guys can also use like curse set on a champion that give you hex debuff. So basically, like if you have a Ugo on your team, you can use the Ugo in the curse set. If you're not worrying about his A1 hex debuff, which is a single target, then basically his decrease speed and the weaken going to be happen before his attacking. So can't be weak attack, guys. Okay. His passive skill will ignore life barrier and the ally protection buff. Increase this champion defense by 5%. Each active buff on this champion stack the 50%. And the aura, guys, increasing ally battle in the all battle 28%. So let's judge this champion right now. Life barrier and ally protection are the Hydra stuff, guys. The debuff he's casting is the Hydra. He's A1 for the Hydra. I feel like this champion made it for the Hydra, right? So how we are gonna judge him? Let's me talk about my perspective real quickly. I don't need Hydra champion. Like, is a bad champion for the Hydra? Definitely not. Do I need him? I don't need him. So real quickly, I will skip this fusion, guys, which is good for me, so I can save my resources for the upcoming one. because recently, especially in anniversary event and the previous fusion stuff like that, Plarium is dry us a little bit, you know. So I need a time to recover. So I'm going to easily skip this fusion. But if you are looking for a champion on your Hydra team, which is decreased speed and the weakened debuff coming from him, Hex debuff, alternative, like I said, curse set probably going to be better for the Hex champion. But again, keep that on your mind. Especially if you're in the early game, this repeat chance, you know, increased damage maybe can help you to recover your champion being eaten. Obviously, we don't know how hard he can hit. But keep that on your mind. Ignoring life barrier, which is life barrier can be very, very thick, guys, especially on the early game. It's going to be hard to break it, you know. And the ele protection buff. Ele protection is not that whatever, you know. I wish there is like at least poison clot there, you know. I wish he's ignoring instead of the ele protection poison clot buff. That would be making much more better champion for the Hydra wise. But that's the thing, guys. Hydra champion. I don't think this champion belongs to anywhere else besides the Hydra. Maybe his A3 skill, which is attack enemy twice, hitting hard, which is the each buff on him also going to be increase his defense by 5%. Maybe he can hit hard, guys, on the Hydra wise, but it's hard to be know that before the scene test server video. But don't worry about that. This test server video will be released before the fusion start. So you guys can wait and see to judge his multiplier if you are planning to use this champion for the outside of the Hydra like arena, guys. Okay. The thing is, he's a defense champion, so you guys need to increase defense to use him to get more benefit from him if he's hitting hard, of course. Can be good for the upcoming hard faction war. Maybe Plarium is designed this champion for the hard faction war as well. But if you're in the end game perspective, High Elf actually one of the weak faction, guys, especially if you don't have a Star Sage. So maybe it can help you if you have resources for the upcoming hard faction war, you know. We don't know that yet. Hard to know that yet before the scene hard faction war. But I'm not worrying about that at the moment. I'm not gonna try to get the champion, the content. I don't even know like what is the recruitment, what is the difficulty going to be. So I'm gonna skip this fusion. That's what I'm gonna do. Let me know what you guys thinking about this fusion. Lysanthir Beastbane. Again, good champion for the Hydra, but most likely like early game, mid game Hydra level champion. Not like end game perspective. If you guys going for this champion, which part of this champion skill kit is make you to not skip him, you know? Please share your thoughts below to the video comment. Love you all. Thank you so much for the watching. Take care of yourself, guys. Catch you on the next time. Bye bye.